Do you know that it is possible for you to easily track your expenses or prepare a personal budget using Microsoft Excel? Let me show you how. The first step is to open Microsoft Excel. If you have Microsoft Excel already downloaded on your laptop, go ahead and open it. You then proceed to open a new blank workbook. The next thing you need to do is to rename your file. I'll just go ahead and say personal monthly budget. After renaming your Excel file, you can select where you would want it to be and then you go ahead to click on save. We have successfully saved our Excel file. You can also go ahead to check this auto save so that whenever you are offline or whenever you are working on a file and there is an issue, you don't lose access to that particular file. The next thing we need to do is to head over to view and then uncheck the grid lines so that we can have this empty canvas that we can work with. Okay, so now we have this. We are going to go ahead and type our title of this personal monthly budget. I'll navigate my mouse back to the home tab. And then from here, we go ahead and type personal monthly budget. Okay, first of all, we need to select the entire sheet and then select our font. Then we come over to our title, make it a little bigger, and then we highlight everything. We click on bold to bolden it. We will go ahead and then input our title. So over here, we're going to say income. We have our budget, the actual income, and we have our difference, which is the actual from the budget. Okay, go ahead and expand this a bit. Now you can just go ahead and list all your sources of income. So let's say we have the first job, job one. We have our second job, job two. We have some dividends and then transfer from savings. We have some gifts. We have gifts and we have over here, make sure to list all your sources of income. And then we just say total income. All right. Go ahead and select this. We'll go ahead and select this and then change the background color. Let's look for something more lighter. We increase the font to 20 and then we change the font color to white. After listing all your sources of income, we just go ahead and select these two cells, the budget and the actual cells. Then I'll click on border and apply all borders. And we go over to the difference and then apply a background color of something, say, let's go with this. Is this one? Let's go with dark gray. And then we go with the same. After applying the background color to column D, we then go ahead and select column B, C, and D, and then add a currency because we want our numbers to be in a currency format. So just go ahead and select column B, C, and D. Then you navigate your mouse to this particular option. It's going to be at general. When I click on the drop down, it's going to be at general in this format. Then you click on the drop down, you select currency. Click on the drop down, then you select more accounting format. You go ahead to select currency from here, and you choose your currency symbol. Then you click on OK. Now that we have implemented a currency format, we just go ahead and apply a formula whereby we are actually subtracting our actual amount that we make from our budget. So you click on equal to sign on your keyboard and then you select cell D5, you click on minus and then cell B5, then you click on enter. Now that we have our formula, we just go ahead and input some figures. Let's say that on a monthly basis, we are budgeting for 3,000 CDs and the actual amount that we received was say 2,800 CDs. You're going to have a difference of minus 200 Ghana cedis because the actual amount that we received on a monthly basis, or let's say for a particular month, was 2,800 and we estimated for 3,000 Ghana cedis. Make sure to navigate your mouse inside cell D5 and then on the plus sign, make sure that this plus sign is over here. Then you click and bring it down to have the formula replicated for the other cells. So that's, we go ahead and input a formula over here, which is the sum formula. We would calculate our budget, and then we also calculate the actual, and then we take the actual from the budget, and we have our difference over here. We go ahead and say equal, and then sum, select from here. Then you select from cell B5, you hold, okay, then enter. We hold down this to copy the formula, and then over here copy this over as well, and then we have that. Then you can go ahead and fill out the other options for your other sources of income. So let's say for job 2 you are receiving 2000, you actually budgeted for 2000 Ghana cedis, and you received 3000 or 2500 cedis. That's a gain. So when you do that, you're going to have a plus. Okay, it's going to be a plus. So you can fill out the other numbers for the other sources of income that you have. Let's go over to our next budget. So over here we're going to calculate our home expenses. So what you can do is to hold down this entire cell, click on copy, and then come over to cell A14 and select from here. You can select something like this, and then you click on Command V or Control plus V to paste. Okay, then we go ahead to change the background color here. So let's give it something more yellow. No, yellow is too much. So let's look for some other color. So you just make sure to change the background color, but every other thing is going to remain the same. You also change the income here from home expenses, and then this is going to change to total home expense, home expenses. Then you can now start listing all the petty things that you spend your money on. For instance, we are going to start with water bill. Water bill, we say electricity, those are the basic ones. Internet or Wi-Fi. Food, say groceries. So we have groceries, repairs, maintenance, maintenance. Then we have trash. We're going to pay for the trash as well. And I'm going to go ahead and insert more rows. So just say insert. We have rent. Now over here, because we are dealing with expenses, we just go ahead and input a new formula whereby we are actually subtracting the budget from the actual expenses. So we just say equals, and then we select cell B15 minus the actual, which is cell 615, and then we click on cut to sign. And then you click on enter on your keyboard. You go ahead to copy the formula to the other cells. All right. So over here, let's assume that on a monthly basis, you've budgeted for 200 cedis for your water bill. And when the bill came, unfortunately for you, it was 210 Ghana cedis. So over here, you're going to have an actual difference of -10. You've made a loss. You budgeted for 200 cedis, and then the actual price that came or expenses that came was 210 cedis. So now that you've done that, you can do that for the others, your electricity, your internet, your groceries, how much you spend on shopping, how much you spend on repairs, and how much you spend on maintenance, how much you pay for your trash, your rent, improvement, and other things that come your way, unexpected things or any kind of emergency. You can put them in others as well. And we'll go ahead and then add our next expenses or expenditure. Okay, you select this, copy the entire, then click on Command C to copy. Come over here, select the range of cells. That's too extreme. Select the range of cells. Yeah. Then Command V. So one thing that we can also do here is we can go ahead and change the background color for the difference. I'll just go ahead and do that quickly. I'll give it something more light like this. And then I'll do same for this option as well. Okay. Over here, we go ahead and say transportation. All right. And we are going to maintain the same formula because it's expenditure, it's expenses. If it was an income, we are going to have it the other way. But now that it's expenses, we are subtracting the budget from the actual. But with income, you subtract the actual from the budget. Okay, don't be confused. With transportation, in case you have a car you are driving, you are going to put some vehicle payments. We have insurance. Insurance, you buy fuel, you repair certain things in your car. So we say repairs. You need to maintain the car maintenance. In case there's a situation whereby you cannot drive, you need to pick like taxi, boat, Uber, or Chocho. You can just have that added here. Say taxi, or boat, or Uber. Then we can have other things that might come your way. So you go ahead and select the rest of the cells that you are not using, and then we delete. So like we did for the home expenditure, you're going to go ahead and then change the figures here. So if your vehicle payment is 250 cedis, and then you budgeted for 250 cedis, and then the actual payment or expenditure that you made was say 200. It's again okay because you actually budgeted for 250 and then the actual was 200. So you can do that for the other expenses as well. Let's just quickly change the background color for this. Let's select a different color. Something more like yeah. And then we go over to this and change the background color to something more lighter. So at the end of the day, you have something like this. You can go on and on and on. Let's do one more. You highlight this, Control C or Command C to copy, and then you select this, Command V or Control V to paste, and then we name this health. So over here, we're going to have total transportation. Don't forget to change that over there. Total transportation, and here we have total health expenses. I'll go ahead and input my expenses for health. I would say health insurance, doctor visits. Maybe there's also a health club that you've actually joined. You can add that. Maybe say health club, and others. Then we go over to select the remaining. So you select it, hold shift and select the others, and then you right click to delete. Yeah, you can go ahead and change the background color for this. So now that you have something like this, you can go on to add more expenses so that you will be able to track how you are spending your money. Let's say that our next expenditure is subscriptions. You've paid for a couple of things. You can go over to home expenses, select the entire thing, and then Command C to copy. Then we come over here, go right to select this, and Command V or Control V to paste. And then you rename this as subscriptions. And now you can input your subscriptions. Let's say that you are paying for Netflix, you are paying for other subscriptions like Google One, and we have, let's say, health tips subscriptions, health tips. Yeah, also, if also subscribed for better help, and then you list the other subscriptions as well. After you are done, you click on the remaining rows to delete. Okay, you go ahead and change the background color like we did with the earlier ones. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment and I will respond to them. After you finish adding all your expenses, you then go ahead to do a budget summary. And in this budget summary, you're going to add all your expenses and then subtract it from your total income. Okay, so you just go ahead to just say budget summary. You have your total income and then your total expenses. And after subtracting your total expenses from your total income, you get the difference. In order to get the difference, you're going to do the equal sign. Whenever you want to start with a formula, make sure to input the equal sign first. And then you go ahead to select the total expenses, then you say minus your total income, then you press enter on your keyboard and you are good to go. This is how you can easily create a personal monthly budget. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment and I would respond to them. I hope this video was helpful and I'll see you in the next one.